2010, I returned to New Orleans in March of 2008. I was encouraged by a very close friend, Glenda Harris, who's no longer with us, who said, "You have got to come home. We need help. People are not organizing, and people don't hear what's going on." There were so many people in Houston having the highest number of persons there, and people wanted to come home, but they could not come back to New Orleans. Every time somebody came back to New Orleans, they had been so stressed because they were held captive in their own homes. People in New Orleans, you like to sit outside, you like to communicate, and they would not allow us to do that in Houston. You were confined to your environment, there was no congregating. And so our mission, once coming back here, was to be able to organize people that were here and help bring other people that were on the outside of New Orleans back in here. We had organized and helped a mayor to get in and brought over 300 people from right out of Houston, Texas, same number from up out of Atlanta, and many from other areas, just to put a mayor back into the city of New Orleans, and we organized strongly with that. But we came back into the city, and it's coming back into the city of New Orleans. Glenda and I realized that there was a great difference, because everybody appeared to be somewhat, I don't know if I want to say brain dead, but they didn't have the energy. The city didn't have the spirit. They then now had umbo and no more gumbo, because everybody was just so scattered. And there have been so many people that just come back here and die. My girlfriend Glenda Harris, she fought a real good fight. She was over the Industrial Development Board. She worked very diligent with Children Defense Fund. We worked and organized and throughout New Orleans with children, with the churches, in order for people to have voices. We went to Baton Rouge, we went on the steps, we went and saw our congressional leaders. We stood before Cheryl Gray in order to get in order for us to get the housing package and additional monies from Louisiana Recovery Authority, because there were dollars that were just sitting there. We worked with people in order to help them to be able to get their road home money, because it was just such a situation where people had paperwork but didn't understand what to do. And not only were we doing the organizing in New Orleans, we were still touching and dealing with the people in Houston. And what we found out is that every anniversary, more people are coming home, and more people are coming home. Glenda passed on in February as a result. She had a massive heart attack, and she's 52 years old. And we had gone back and forth to D.C., Children Defense Fund, with E&I, in Houston, with the U.S. Congressional Leaders, with the Metropolitan Organization. Many times we continue to present, and this is not over. As a result of me coming back here, I became homeless. Even with work that I was doing, I was homeless. And there was not any way in order for me to get a home. I became a working person full-time, but not sufficient dollars to be able to pay for deposits for utilities, deposits for rent, to be able to maintain the obligations that I already had. And there's so many more people that are still in the city of New Orleans working full-time jobs right now, and they're living in homeless shelters. I have a lady that's in Houston right now, 92 years old. Her name is Miss Fremont, and mother wants to come home, and she's not able to come home at her age because she's not able to reach out and find the necessary housing for her and her great-grandchildren. But there are people such as herself and many other people, and names are here, but they're just not lining up. Mama Bogan, who's she works with Women on Assignment, she came back from Houston. We all came back. She was able to organize a body of people, women in the ministry from throughout the whole state of Louisiana, of every race, color, and religion. And between the three of us, Minister Dejan, who has fought so hard to help get to bring other people in order to get the community that she lives in, to put those things in a proper and divine order. They got persons below the industrial canal, and I can't call the lady name, but they're working hard just to get people housing. But organizing is something that has to happen. I've been here and through the state of being homeless, and recognizing and realizing that the government was not going to do anything for me. I was able to, with many others, to be able to build a system with a group that was called Rebuilding Lives, as well as Silent No More Ministry, which is a body that my girlfriend Glenda was able to organize, but organize people throughout the state of Louisiana in every parish, because people started forgetting about Katrina and Rita when Gustav and Ike came. And when Gustav and Ike came, it was truly a situation that now people understood and realized that Katrina was not over through their devastation. I've dealt with homeless people in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. In Mississippi, you got people that are homeless and they don't even have shelters, but we all have the same story. Now they got the BP oil spill, and I've been organizing, dealing with fishermen, of every race, color, creed in the states of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, as well as now going into the state of Texas. But Katrina is not over. We still